So you're going to go to the timesheets. You're going to go to enter time. Cool. First thing I will prompt you to do is go up where it says like month, week, day, agenda, track. I would just do week.
Okay.
I think it's just easier to like visualize. And then you're going to go up to more actions on the top and then do manage tracks. You're going to add a track. Whatever color you want on your calendar. Like these are like kind of like a Google
Okay.
calendar set up like that. So
Uh,
whatever color you want.
okay.
And then you're going to edit the track, which is right next to it. Yep. And you'll do the sixth edition. And then you can just hit OK. And then hit that. Yep, active and inactive dates. I've been telling everybody just to do the full year. So like from January 1 till 12/31/2024. Because you're going to be tracking. We don't want you to have to like re-enter a track every time you have a new supervisor. And then you're going to hit OK. And then you can X out of it. And so, as you can see under supervisor, Cassie's already there. Can you go click on Cassie? This is where you can switch between Cassie, Noelle, and then I'll have to add myself. So like, it
Okay.
doesn't matter necessarily because you're going to fill out the monthly verification form by hand now. So it doesn't matter like on your day to day if they're not supervised, what supervisor you have listed. It's just going to be like today you normally would have me, but if you were observed or like seen by Cassie today, you would have her listed there before you start adding time. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yep.
So then to add time, I'm going to show it to you. You can always delete it. You're going to go to like,
Okay.
let's just leave it as Cassie for now.
What if it's stuff that I do within like my classroom? Does it matter what supervisor it is?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Uh,
Okay.
so then it just only matters if they actively like, so for this group time you're going to need me as a drop down to say like, oh,
Yep.
she supervised me at this time. But
Okay.
on anything where they're not present, it doesn't matter. I would do like more your primary supervisor, but even in your classroom I would probably say Cassie.
Okay.
So then if you just like click on the day and the time, like just like 8 a.m. or something along those lines, it's going to pop up with like a time entry, and you can put either just the duration, like say it was 2 hours, or you can put an end time and it'll calculate the hours for you. So if we're just
Okay.
practicing, you can do it for however long. Yep.
Okay.
And then you're going to see most of that is filled out for you after that if you hit OK. But then under activities, you're going to select activities, and you're going to open that up. So there's independent supervised. So say it was just independent, you would select independent, and then independent doesn't need supervision. So you just hit that and then hit OK. If it were supervised, like for today, you'd hit supervised group supervision and then hit
Okay.
OK. So it's whatever you're doing. Um, Unrestricted hours would be restricted or unrestricted. And then experience type is concentrated. And actually, can you go back up for me on the activities and hit, instead of independent hours, can we do supervised so I can show you what it looks like? Just for now. And then hit individual or group, whatever you want to do, since we'll delete it anyway. And when you do that, a client observation option will pop up in addition. So then you can say like yes or no, was I observed with a client? Obviously with independent hours, that doesn't matter. So that's the biggest difference. And then under notes, so if we say no and then go back to the unrestricted, or you can write notes first too, since we do that. Let's just say whichever one you want, restricted or unrestricted. Experience type is going to be concentrated. And then notes,
Is it always concentrated?
it's going to be as long as you know you're going to have your 6 contacts. I'm not sure about changing it
Okay.
later. I'm assuming you can always go back and edit them. And
Okay.
then your notes is just what you did during that time. So like TCOs, things like that. So if you just want to open it and write like TCO C9. That's not a great description, but just for the sake of this. And then you are just going to close out of it. And it'll be there. It just reminds me of Google Calendar. You can also drag and drop it, which is unlike Ripley, so you can take it and move it to another day, or you can make it repeating. So if you have the same meeting every week or whatever, and you just want it to be in there, you can do that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.